Welcome to the Next Level Life podcast with Christine Corcoran. This podcast is made for the powerhouse businesswomen who are ready to ignite their fullest potential. This is where we will dive deep into the mindset breakthroughs and sprinkle in some kick up the butt motivation so you can scale your business with confidence and clarity. Whether you're craving more income, impact, or inspiration, this podcast will be your ultimate resource for all things next level. Listen in as we have authentic conversations with game-changing female entrepreneurs as we reveal the secrets of what it takes to rise and thrive. So go ahead, ignite your inner fire, and let's get you taking massive aligned action. Are you ready to elevate? Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the podcast. It is event week. This Friday, I have the Unstoppable Women event happening at the Brisbane Convention Centre. Oh my goodness, it is going to be such an incredible day. I can't stop thinking about it. As you can imagine, I am finding it hard to get to sleep at night because of all the things running through my mind of everything that I've got to prep. And you know what it's like when you have something big happening that you're like, you literally lay your head down on the pillow and then you're like, oh, that thing, I've got to do that thing. And then I've got to do this. And then, oh, I should remind myself of that. And so I'm having to add extra notes to my phone or little notepad beside my bed. And then I'm waking up early, obviously, because whether it's adrenaline or cortisol or whatever it might be, waking me up early, but I'm also making sure I'm getting to bed early as well, because I know that sleep this week is going to be imperative that I get good sleep, because for me to be able to bring a full day of energy, I want to make sure that I'm taking care of myself in the week leading up, which means I've been trying to do as much as I possibly can the last few weeks, so then I can go into this week not feeling like I've got heaps on my plate. So there are so many things that have been happening behind the scenes trying to get this event ready for you. And I want to share elements of how I'm preparing for my week and taking care of myself through this week, because I feel like that I haven't shared just yet. So obviously in the last week, I shared with you all the logistical side of things and what has to happen behind the scenes in order to get ready for an event like this. And I think one of the biggest things that's taking the most time is one, getting my slides ready, because it is not just 1 hour presentation, it's multiple throughout the day. And then the welcome and the closing and then all the bits and pieces. So it's been a lot of slide work to get that prepped and ready, but that has also been as part of my process. So when I am doing my practice run-throughs, new ideas are coming through, and then different angles I'm wanting to share, and then different examples that I'm wanting to share. And that has been probably the hardest, because it's been such a long time getting this prepped and ready. My thought process around what I truly want to share in order for it to be impactful has shifted. And so I have been practicing and doing the run throughs and then be yep, that'll land. Yes, that will work. Yes, that's a good example. And that's also been taking parts out, because there's been a lot of stuff that I've been trying to put in that I'm nah, I'm going to go way over time and I don't want that to happen. This event is literally down to the minute. You should see the run sheet is down to the minute, and we have everything timed. And reason for that is because we do want to jam pack the day to make it really impactful. And we want to give the speakers the dedicated time for their time slots, but it's also all the in-between things that have to happen in order for it to flow into the next piece, right? So there are so many moving parts in the run sheet that has been probably the hardest thing to get right. So really what it's coming down to for this week, so one is continuing to serve my clients, right? That's really most important. And then everything else has been pretty much prepped. So we've had majority of the deliveries arrive. We've got a couple that actually arrived today, and then I've got a couple that will arrive early next week, the beginning of the week. And so we have all of that prepped and ready. I did a run to Brisbane to drop off a majority of boxes. So then all I need to do is make sure that we've got all the workbooks ready and the media wall that I'm waiting on. So last few little pieces that will come together in the last couple of days. And now it's just practice. And then on the day before, we will drive to Brisbane, get all the goodie bags prepped and ready, do another event run through with the performers, and then do any final little tweaks. So ticket sales will close off on Thursday, and people who wait till that last minute won't have a personalized name badge, unfortunately, because it does take time to get these things printed. So basically on Wednesday, I will go and get any final name badges printed. And then all the workbooks are already I already have enough of those printed, no matter how many more people book tickets. And then it's just the day of. So making sure that I've got, so basically this week I'll be packing. And what I like to do, and I do this actually even before an international trip, is I'll put my suitcase in my room and leave it open. So then all the different thoughts that I'll have in the lead up of oh yeah, got to remember to take that. I literally start packing my bag the week of, because I don't like to forget anything. And so then it's just the getting prepped to like the logisticals on the day before. So arriving to the hotel, getting everything ready for the speakers' accommodation, and then getting the goodie bags ready and getting all the boxes delivered to the venue the day before. And then basically, then the night of, it'll just be doing a final run through, and then we're good to go. Then we're good to go for Friday. So it's so exciting. I have an incredible team of volunteers. Like, honestly, I'm so blessed. These beautiful ladies have put their hand up to be a part of the event, and they're so excited and so pumped, and I'm so pumped to have their support. And I just know that the day will flow smoothly because of those beautiful ladies that have put their hand up to support the event. So if you see our Unstoppable team on the day, please give them a high five. Please, thank them for putting on an incredible event. And I know that their presence will be noted. And then also the speakers, everyone's going to hang out for the whole day. I'm so excited. So sometimes with events, with having speakers come, I obviously don't expect them to be there for the whole day. So I've let them know what time they're going on stage. And then obviously the expectation is that they're a little bit before to get their mic on and then get ready for their spot. But every single one of them are like, no, we want to be part of the whole day. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, that's amazing. So good. So you're going to get to hang out with all the speakers all day, which is so fun. Okay, so then lastly, I want to just touch on is a few little things of what I'm doing to prepare my energy in the lead up. So first things first is my morning routine. So my morning routine is consisting of breath work and visualization. Two parts of this. Reason why I'm doing breath work is because it's so important to shift any stress or adrenaline or cortisol out of your body, especially in the lead up to this, because it is stressful. It is a big event that I'm putting on. There is a lot of thoughts running through my head, and I need to clear my head in order to refocus on what's most important and what's within my control. So breathwork is a great way for me to do that. Secondly is prioritizing movement. So I'm prioritizing the end of every day, and I prefer to work out in the afternoons. I will be doing a workout, which will be a mix of weights and walking or, jogging. So the reason for that is stamina for the day. Secondly is I want to feel strong going into this day. And I just know that when I'm doing weights, I feel better. Also, it helps me get out of my own head. So it's a really great way to finish the day to eradicate any stress and, sweat out that cortisol. And it allows me to feel good. Then I rest, get to bed early each night this week. And then just a few little beauty routines that I've got to do. So my skin exfoliation and then also tanning in the lead up. I'm actually ending up doing my own makeup. So I'm previously a makeup artist, so I'm all good with doing my own makeup, but finding a makeup artist to come to the hotel at 5:30 a.m. in the morning has been challenging, especially when they want to charge extra rates to come that early. So I was like, I'll just do it myself. So it's fine. I'll do my own hair and makeup. And then the other things that I'm doing, so preparing, so yes, a meditation in the morning, and visualization. So what I'm doing is mentally rehearsing every part of the day in the morning. And then before I go to sleep as well, I'm doing another meditation to quieten my mind, but also just to manifest the outcome of the event, of how I want to feel at the end of the day. So I'm making sure that I'm mentally rehearsing every part of the day. And I'm going to show you a bit of this on Friday as well if you're going to be there, because I feel like that's the best thing to get me in the right headspace. It also prepares me for anything. And I want to practice how I want to feel on that stage, because what often happens when you go to speak, especially getting on stage and in front of a large group of people, your nerves can take over and the adrenaline kicks in. So if you are underprepared, or if you haven't, if you haven't visualized how you want to feel on the day to be fully present and allow yourself to be in your zone, often the adrenaline or the nerves can take over. And that's the last thing that I want to have happen on the day. Like, I know I'm going to expect it. I'm going to experience it. I know this. But what I do to prepare on the day will make all the difference. So on the day, I'll be starting again with breathwork and visualization for the beginning of the day. Then I will get ready, hair and makeup, all the things. Then I will go to the venue, and then we will do the last little final prep of goodie bags and setup of the main entrance and whatnot. We'll do a stage run through, audio practice, and then the dancers will do a run through, and then I will go and then mentally prepare in the green room beforehand to get myself in the right energy. The energy, I feel like, is the most important piece of this day, because if I show up scattered, if I show up stressed, overwhelmed, the team will feel that. My sister, who is the event coordinator, will feel that, and the audience will feel that. That's not what I want to have happen. I am prepping my energy, and just also, I think the other thing I'm doing this week as well is putting social media out of my mind. I've got a couple of posts prepped, but that's it. I am not, I'm going to stay in my zone. I guess is probably what the thing I'm trying to say is I'm just going to make sure that I'm not consuming so much. I'm going to put on TV, at the end of the day to wind down, which is stuff that I've already watched many, many times. It'll be probably comedy. And that way I can just wind down to the end of the day and then make sure that I'm getting really good rest. So the energy piece, I think, is the most important. And up until this week, I've been a little bit stressed. I won't lie. I've absolutely been stressed, and I've been making sure that I'm working out to push that stress out of my body. And that's been so freaking helpful. And then this week is mainly just, again, prepping my mindset and prepping my energy for being the best version of myself on that day. So then I can show up, and also with practicing, because I think one of the biggest things with speaking is that it's very different to podcasting, and you also have to have your body involved in every part of it. So practicing every part and making sure where I want things to land and the breath that I will need to communicate is important. So I was talking to one of the speakers the other day, and she did a little run through with me with hers. And I said to her, one of the biggest things that I've learned as a speaker is to learn to breathe and then speak on the exhale. Because if you are breathing in and trying to speak at the same time, you are gasping for air instead of exhaling and allowing your words to land. It's a whole different feeling. So in the lead up to this, I have been prepping and working on my breath to ensure that I'm speaking on the exhale instead of speaking on the inhale, right? Because sometimes when you're stressed, we can often get caught in speaking in the exhale. So I've got to remind myself to breathe and then exhale and speak on the exhale. And also when you do that, makes your speech much more impactful because people are on your breath, right? On your bated breath, waiting for what you're going to say next. So I hope that resonates with you. And I hope that if you are going to be doing more speaking, then you need to practice that. Okay, so the only other thing is practicing the introductions, practicing the slides so that I'm really on point with the slides, because I want to make sure that I'm not reading off the slides. I think that's one of the hardest things, especially, if you haven't had enough practice, you kind of look to the slide for your next indication of what comes next. But I want to make sure that I'm prepped enough to be like, I know what happens next in my head without the slides. So there will be practice every single day this week as well. But yes, so a lot of preparation in order for you to have an incredible day. I cannot wait for you to experience this room because of the energy that I'm cultivating with every single attendee. Honestly, I feel like what I love about the people that I attract, they're real, they're genuine, they're kind, they really value connection, and they value relationship building. And I just know that will just make the room incredible. And so what I have prepped for you is incredible, but I just know that you are going to be adding to that room. So what I would implore for you is, if you are coming along, firstly, if you haven't got your ticket, get your ticket ASAP, because I want to make sure that you've got your personalized name tag. And then also secondly, or lanyard, I should say, secondly is set your intention. Set your intention for who you are going to be walking into that room. That is my most important piece of advice for you this week. If you are attending Unstoppable Women, choose how you want to show up. It will change your experience for the day. So take the time to set your intention, choosing who you want to be, how you want to show up, and then prep yourself first thing in the morning and remind yourself of how you want to show up, and then show up to that room ready. I'm so excited for you to be there. I cannot wait to bring my dreams to life on this day, and I cannot wait to see you and hug you. So I'm so looking forward to seeing you. I hope you'll be there. If you cannot be there, mark it in your calendar for next year. You're going to have to be there, because I know that if you are following everything along and you're thinking, oh, I really should be at this event, and you couldn't make it work this time around, I get it. Sometimes that happens. But trust me, you're going to want to be there next year, because I know that you're going to watch all the reels that I put out after this event, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, why didn't I book a ticket? It is going to be worth every single penny and more. I guarantee you. So get yourself in that room, and I cannot wait to see you and hug you. Have an incredible week. Thank you for listening, and if you found any value out of this episode, make sure you hit the follow button so you get access to the episodes as soon as they are live, and make sure you come hang out with me on Instagram. You can find me at ChristineCorcoran_coach. Have an incredible week.